Amazing evening, Nigerians. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Updates with Precious. Sincere apologies for starting this late. Well, Prince Chilaka is, kept me a bit because he's been very busy. But however, we're here to do justice to today's conversation. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Prince Chilaka and a big happy birthday shout out to Mr. Kenobi. It's his birthday today, and I'm wishing him all the best. Mr. Kenobi is one of the guests we've had here before. He used to be at Friday Tonic together with Prince Francis Chilaka, and he's an amazing and awesome guest. Welcome to today's show, where we're going to talk about things we get to do in Nigeria. It is it my belly to bring on everything we get to do in Nigeria. Make a go give on the headline and sharp, sharp, sharp. Make a for no waste time because matter too plenty. And this evening, I gather plenty evidence full ground. Now, if you missed my initial live, where I did give updates of some things happening in Nigeria. I had about 30 updates or 20 updates or more I had in the evening. Kai, you missed though. So you should go back and listen to those updates. Please just go back and watch because there are different conversations that I had then or different updates or headlines that it's not reflected in this particular live. So because I can't just have it, it will be too long. So that's why. So kindly just ensure that you go back and watch my last live. Now, Nigerians must rise up, say no to Tinubu Akpabio's imposition. Who talk this one at home? Make I repeat them again. Nigerians must rise up, saying no to Tinubu Akpabio's imposition. Pro-democracy group Mekuno Koya reacts to electoral act. And then that's not all. Worker Solidarity Group knocks Senate over controversial electoral act, calls for mass action against infusion of electoral e-transmission of results. Akpabio led Senate plotting to rig 2027 election by rejecting real-time transmission of results. Obedient movement, now you don't they talk that one too. It never finish show at the come. 2027 elections, 70 CSOs insist on real-time electronic transmission of votes. Say no real-time transmission, no election, no degree. It's either real-time or make Ukukuma leave the election, we're gonna vote on ourselves inside. It's getting interesting. Stop waiting for suffering Nigerians to do your job. Lead electoral reform protest. Netizens slams Peter Obi, Atiku, and coalition for docility. Say why on a just day does and I go just condemn her for paper only, don't end. Atiku, Amechi, Peter Obi, what are you people waiting for? Please stop waiting for poor Nigerians to help you protest. Lead and we'll follow you. That's what they talk. Electoral Act Amendment. Setback to electoral integrity. Coalitions of CSOs again come together and say, no, we not agree. Electronic transmission of results. APC has shown intent to undermine free, fair election. That and waiting obedience to don't talk. You see, the matter don't too plenty for inside this electoral reform matter. Now, Nigeria military headquarters counters U.S. commander says no deployment of American troops to Nigeria. I don't talk about this one in the evening though, but it's okay. Occupy National Assembly 2026. Obedient movement, ADC Youth Wing, other patriotic Nigerians storm National Assembly complex, reject electoral fraud under APC government. And I will bring you the evidence because not be me talking. So Occupy National Assembly 2026, Obedient Movement, ADC, Youth Wing, other patriotic Nigerians, storm NAS, reject electoral fraud under APC government. In case you're wondering what NAS is National Assembly. And then I think, yeah, that's it. And then we called Ahmed Lawan rubber stamp, but Akpabio takes the crown as Nigeria's worst Senate president. Netizens react to Electoral Act betrayal. And Electoral Act Amendment, stop playing with fire. Ezekwesili wants Senate. Stop playing with fire. And Electoral Act, Oshun Tokun faults Senate rejection of e-transmission of results. SDP criticizes self-serving cabals in Senate for rejecting electoral transmission of poll results. 2027 election timetable ready, says INEC chairman Amokwito. So in all of this, one at the camp, it no matter whether I complain about e-transmission or no e-transmission, Oga Amokwito don't ready. Timetable don't ready, don't ready to do in job. With which electoral act? That be the question when people they ask. Electoral Act, ADC wants Senate insist on mandatory electronic transmission of results. Nigerians have called us all manner of names, says Senator, amid electoral bill backlash. That is my matter. And then court orders UK government to pay 420 million euros compensation over a 1949 killing of 21 coal miners in Enugu. something will happen during colonial days. Now ABC court give judgment for 471 projects not executed despite budgetary provision, 92 fraudulently done across 28 Nigerian states. This is according to reports. In case you don't understand the grammar, they say for all the projects that they give money for, where they don't give up allocation for within for the 2024-2025 years. Say out of all the projects for these years, 471 of them they don't even see them high at all at all. Why 92? Then do them in a fraudulent way across Nigeria. That and the breakdown. Electronic transmission of election results. Senate pouring petrol on flames. INC once that's Ijaw National Congress 91 this one. And then we rejected real-time transmission of election results because Nigeria has poor internet connectivity. Senate spokesman Adara Modu, they talk this. Nigerians don't tell us which part that stop that lie. Anybody when they talk that one a lie. Now waiting Nigerians don't talk. Peter Akana, one of them will even talk. Well, we're going to enter other issues. Herdsmen raid Benue community, kidnap women, burnt markets. Raid Benue community, kidnap women, burn markets. Nigeria police returned 23,000 to victim in international romance scam case. And then don't 2027, don't waste money campaigning. Your achievements and performance secure your votes for victory. Abia pensioners, now they tell Alex Oti this one, making no campaign. Meanwhile, video Stella Okengu don't drop receipt on Omahi's alleged decade-long sexual harassment. Say you don't pay when you start the sexual harassment, it not be today. And and also abuse of power. Demand Senate ethics group and SAC. Make Senate program and made a SACA. Nigerian Health Union Johesa suspends strike after 3 months, resumes public service. So these and other matter they now carry come of the matter. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's joined us on today's live. It's always a pleasure to be with you and bring on all the matter that they share for inside Nigeria. I'm going to make us start quickly begin to because on the front burner this evening, a matter we get to do with the Electoral Act, and that now within a lot of people don't they talk about, they complain about, they worry about, and go they fair, make beam at satellite to our searchlights to waiting get to do with the electoral reform. So let's get started before I begin playing you the evidences then, because the evidence they must concern electoral act, then too plenty this evening. And I'm waiting the form for the core of our conversation this evening. Now, pro-democracy group Mekunu Koya has insisted or issued a sweeping call for nationwide mobilization. Say make everybody come out for this country, come out, come mobilize against the Senate for not passing the e-transmission, not including e-transmission of results into the Electoral Act. Now, he was warning Nigerians not to allow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Senate President Akpabio, or a handful of political merchants to impose their will on more than 200 million citizens through electoral manipulations, repression, and elite conspiracy. That's what they said. Now, in a statement signed by convener Mekonu Koya, comrade Wale Balogun, the group said Nigeria must rise in unity and sustained resistance to defend the sanctity of the ballot, insisting that electoral reform must be secured before elections, not months afterward. So make we no agree. Let me say contact and later say, oh, after this election, they say, oh no, they for just pass electoral reform well, oh, set in a line, make we do it before, not be after, make we no more than later. In fact, we must not allow Akpabio, Tinubu, and handful of political merchants to impose their will on over 200 million of Nigerians. The people must rise in unity to say no in capital letter. That's what they put for the statement. According to the activists, Nigerians must mobilize, organize, and coordinate sustained peaceful mass resistance to ensure that votes count and mandates stand. Say Nigerians must come together, make sure say they resist what the Senate they do to make sure say their votes they count and the mandate they give will stand. Now they said our votes must count, our mandates must stand. Genuine electoral reform must be secured before elections, not lamented after the elections. Now waiting then talk. Now the movement lamented that many Nigerians once believed the end of military dictatorship marked the triumph of democracy and guaranteed free, fair, and credible elections. However, he argued that these people have steadily been eroded. That is, these hopes rather have steadily been eroded. They said quite a lot of other stuff that I cannot start saying here. But let's just take a break with that and go to the next conversation. By the way, the show today will be very conversational, so do well to get ready to call us and then join the conversation. Now, the Workers and Youth Solidarity Network WYSN, has condemned the Nigeria Senate's decision to reject the mandatory real-time electronic transmission of election results from polling units to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) result viewing portal, which is the IREV. Now, the WYSN described the move as elitist, saying that elitist, self-serving, and a grave threat to Nigeria's democracy. Now, in a statement signed by the National Secretary, Comrade, I think, Ayotoyom Ushahamba Moses. The group said that the decision taken during the consideration and passage of the Electoral Act Bill on February 4 was a deliberate attempt by the political elite to weaken transparency and accountability in the country's electoral process. Now, according to the group, by retaining the discretionary provisions of the 2022 Electoral Act, instead of making real-time electoral transmission compulsory, the Senate has knowingly undermined the integrity of elections and opened wider the doors of manipulation, rigging, and disenfranchisement of the Nigerian people. They said quite a lot, but that's not all too. As the Obedient Movement, a support group of Peter Obi, has accused the Nigerian Senate of deliberately laying the groundwork for electoral manipulation ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, following this decision, following the Senate's decision to reject a proposal seeking mandatory real-time electronic transmission of election results. Now, in a statement today, Friday, the national coordinator of the movement, Yunus Atanko, said the Senate, led by Akpabio, has assaulted the foundations of Nigeria's democracy. This action, which retains a clause in the 2022 Electoral Act allowing for manual collation of results, is a deliberate and unforgivable act of electoral manipulation in preparation for the 2027 general election. So this decision by the National Assembly represents a direct assault on the foundations of Nigeria's democracy, the group said. They said a lot of other stuff too, but we could just leave them because time no day. Then CSOs don't come together, about over 70 of them, as a coalition of about 70 CSOs, civil society organizations, advocating for the credible election on Friday, insisted on mandatory real-time electronic transmission of 2027 general election results. Now, the CSOs, which operate via the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room, flayed what they described as the Senate's passage of retrogressive version of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026. According to the group, rather than strengthening the country's electoral framework ahead of the 2027 poll, the Senate's amendment weakened critical safeguards for transparency, credibility, and public trust in the election. They don't complain a lot, so they talk well. Some other people then don't talk, like social media users don't they talk, say in fact they have launched a scathing attack on key opposition figures like Chibika Ameche, Atiku Abubakar, Tambuwal, all of them, Oga Peter Obi, accusing all of them of cowardice and inaction following the Senate's controversial decision for rejecting mandatory electronic transmission of election results. And in a widely shared post, the Friday, in fact, a lot of people complained heavily about it. Said, "Dear Peter Obi, Abubakar Atiku, Rotimi Amici, Raoul Farid Beshola, Nasir El-Rufai, and all members of the opposition coalition, enough is enough of your cowardice and docility." So one of the social media users, Saddam, so you talk and say, which had garnered, in fact, this one, don't say enough is enough. Make gonna lead the protest. We go follow now. Make we tell these people, say, don't do. We have had enough. Now, just also talking about it, Satelna before, see, this time around, another set of CSOs for inside Benin City don't also come out contact, say, they're not go agree at all. The coalition comprised of Center for Media and Society, Kuka Center, International Press Center, then plenty where they said, I like, say, we must insist on real-time transmission of election results, or make Kukuma leave the election for people, then we won't do them, make them do them their own way. And this one don't call for, people don't they talk, people don't they complain about them. But how this complaint they will fit even use the particularly heated to make we pay attention to some complaints ABC people make. This now waiting ABC Aisha Yusuf will talk today during the protest when they lead to National Assembly before, because a lot of people don't know say they actually picketed the National Assembly today. Waka enter the National Assembly, say then they do again. Then they do say they no go come out, they go to picket the National Assembly every day until committees then be added for inside the Electoral Act. Make you listen to them.
And fighting for every one of us so that your child, I see the policeman in the car. Yes, you're looking at me. But guess what? When you go home today and your son or your daughter says to you, why did you stop those who are fighting for us? Sir, what would you say to your child? Yes. Your allegiance. And I heard someone say that they were given command. The only command you have is that of the Constitution. Your allegiance is to Nigeria and Nigerians and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to remind every one of you that when terrorists come after you and they kill you, we stand and we make demands. I've seen a lot of men of the force.
We are in national
now. We have our leaders that are here,
and House of Rep members,
and they are here to communicate with the Senate. At this moment,
the right thing.
Can I need to come forward and say to the Nigerian police,
Akpabio, to you and your enough, the words enough for the whites.
Here, but we will wait. This is what you want. We will wait. And SS Danjuma, you gave your word as a gentleman, except of course you're saying to us that the police have no gentlemen amongst them whose words can be borne. When you say something, it should be that thing. Let me tell every one of you, we all have families. We all have siblings. We all have children. We all have neighbors. And everybody is suffering. And
well, you don't hear as EB said, they protest today for inside National Assembly, and we don't know how far they go sustain this kind of protest. But this now within the protesters don't talk today for inside National Assembly as them protest talks. Say they no go agree make EB say then put back the electoral reform for inside the e-transmission of result for inside the Electoral Act. And but other people too don't they complain and don't talk a lot of things as it get to do with this electronic transmission of real-time electronic transmission of results. We be said come out. The Senate spokesperson, for instance, don't come out, can't give account of why the Senate do waiting they do. Say no be really their fault. People listen to waiting the Senate get to talk, and then we will play you evidences of other people who say don't complain about this, including the Oga Patapata of Yaga Africa. Take a listen to Oga Drama.
Yes, thank you very much. And without much ado, the electoral bill that we are on, we have it's not even yet ended because we are still going to have conference meetings between the two chambers, the green chamber and the red chamber, and that is where final decision will be taken on all the clauses in the electoral bill. So, besides that, in the Senate, and I don't want us to go to this verbosity and the issue of these lexicographical acrobats of transfer, transmit. When you look at transmit means to send. When you look at transfer means to take from one place to the other, which is the same thing as to send. That is one. So meaning that both, there's no conjunctions that are negative and antithetical to each other in the 2 minutes. And yes, we heard and we have heard variously and together at the Senate that yes, we are not going to reject the electronic collation. I will still come back to that transfer and the transmit of election results. And we said that the only problem when you are making law, you have to look at the ecosystem. For example, I just want to take just an example between Abuja and Lokoja. When you get to a point after Abaji, the network will not be okay anymore until you get very close to Kotokafe. Some people are talking about, oh, real time. I said, real time is now. Now, does it mean that if there is election in a village around that place, because we have polling units there, and then the results were not uploaded now, because when you are uploading, it means that portal must open immediately. And then if network is not there, the portal will not open. Unlike sending WhatsApp messages or text messages, whereby when you send your message, when the other phone is on, then you get your message. But when the portal is to be opened, and then you have supposed to engage that portal, if there's no network, the portal will not open. And now somebody now says, oh, I'm the presiding officer, I'm going to Kotokravi to go and upload. And then somebody who has lost an election in that polling unit now starts crying blue border that, oh, they want to rig me out because it's going to take you about 2-3 hours to get to where you are going to upload. Then it means that the instanter has already been defeated. That is one. Then two, we are now saying that there are two modes of getting the results to the public. Right. One, the manual, then the electronic. We said the electronic, we uphold it. It's upheld. The electronic is upheld. It is arguable in court. Whatever is there is arguable in court. Since the manual is arguable, then the electronic is arguable. But you have to use the one juxtaposedly to prove the other if there is any default. Because, for example, like the example that I just gave, I've just given, if there's any problem, then you come out with the manual to check it. Even look, some of our offices today, we always said we want to go digital. Okay, we want to do less of papers. Even in the banks, are they not still using papers? They are still using papers. So the issue is that, one, don't let us throw away a child at the bath water. The thing is, there are so many good things that are embedded in the new electoral bill that is being proposed.
So you know what? I wish I could say a lot of things that's in my mind to Oga Honorable Senator Aderamadu, but unfortunately, I'm not going to really talk and wait them, but I'm going to still talk some more. And maybe just to ask him a few questions. Honorable Senator, sir, if truly all of honor, if assuming say on the come enter position newly, and this electronic transmission, real-time electronic transmission will favor honor, are you saying the federal government will not do something about it? And I ask another question. If precious in your idea like this, and I commit crime for inside that area where network no day, and I go find me, and I not go find me, even if network no day there, can you look for me or you not look for me? That's another question. Too many questions the way BC I get to ask on. Now, you know why this thing, I think Peter Aka already answered the question while he was on the breakfast show for News Central. Because I do remember, he even mentioned that of 2018 when Ibise Oga Mahmoud Yakubu called when Ibise they prepared to pass the Electoral Act for 2018, where they no conclude on for us to use for election for 2019, because it was already very close to the election. But most of those things they can't affect them for the 2022 Electoral Act. I could remember the 2022 one vividly because I was still on. I was on Wazobia then and we analyzed it very well at that time when then talk say, oh, they also brought out the issue in the Senate. Then they bring out the issue, say no, they're not going to accept e-transmission because say all of them no get network for where them from come. I do remember that it was even INEC Oga Mahmoud Yakubu na carry for head. They said no. Say you go find that from the NCC and from the telcos. Now they called the meeting of the telcos and NCC was able to tell us that there is nowhere in Nigeria that they cannot provide network. If the people waiting in charge of the network can tell you that there is nowhere they cannot provide network, excuse me, sir, where I want to understand how it be say all of a sudden we will not get network to use go about election, to use ensure. And then again, I like to say, with all due respect to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and to this administration, it is a shame and a big disgrace if we go fit use network give excuse at this time. Since Obasanjo internet we bring for us, Obasanjo internet, and we feel say at 2026, the present president, apart from changing national anthem, cannot consolidate on our internet to make sure that the nooks and crannies of Nigeria be they covered and accessed by internet, then that means we haven't done anything. If the only thing we could achieve is to change national anthem, have economic reforms that can impoverish the people and make the people they suffer. And we'll say those things that bold steps. And we cannot work on ensuring that these bold economic steps and decisions and reforms go bring investors. We go make sure say internet reach the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. We have failed now because internet and the least problem of some countries. You know, understand? Most people they don't do away with hard copies. Hard copies are no more. There is cloud. There are other places where you store your stuff. And talking about it before the person go reach where you go upload them. What happens to snapping it real time? snap and snap people go give them internet. Not before Ekiti state wey be say people give people internet. Now electorate them, now them give what did they call them? Now then give the INEC officer network when he say, oh, you don't get network to upload real time for Ekiti election that 2022. And people say, don't worry, we'll give you. Ekiti people give network. So all these excuses we're giving no cut out with all due respect, sir. You know, add up at all. Well, make I go quickly play with him. Peter can respond to him. Then I go straight to waiting on part of Yaga Africa talk. Take a listen to Peter's reaction.
People will tell you that, oh, the system is down, you know, we haven't powered it. You know, just little technicalities here.
How are the mighty fallen? Shame on Nigerian leaders that in 2026 Nigeria, this is an argument as to why if system cannot be reformed with technology. So we should be seated and talking about why technology will not work in 2026 Nigeria. When Ghana, Democratic Republic of Congo, is doing electronic transmission of results. The giant of Africa is the one who is giving reasons. And let me tell you this mischief, because that statement is completely put to rest. Do you know that it was Mahmoud Yakubu who went to visit the former NCC director as far back as 2018, Umar Dambata? They set up a steering committee, invited MTN, telcos to come. Let us know how you people have been helping JAM to conduct CBT exams in JAM. Let us see how we can implement it. Unfortunately, it was too close to the 2019 elections. They did not implement it. So they moved it to 2023. And they had all prepared. The only systems that will not work in Nigeria is what politicians do not want to work. Even NCC, the National Assembly, remember when Femi Gbajabiamila was speaker, he invited staff of NCC. They came to tell them that we have 3G in some places, 2G in some places. INEC wrote to the National Assembly and said, we are not asking you to pass what we have not tested. We are telling you to make legislation to back up something we are already implementing. As we are talking now, there are contractors in INEC who have been awarded hundreds of millions of contracts on electronic technology to be used during the elections. When there was a glitch, which of those contractors was taken to court? Which of them have been prosecuted? None. What is the consequence? So we sit down here and make excuses. People are engaging in absolute criminality and corruption, and Nigeria do nothing.
So it's just a it's a convenient excuse.
It's a convenient excuse.
But what's happening to the Green Chamber now?
Okay, so you don't, I mean, that answers that particular question. So this issue where we say, oh God, there are model come television, live TV show for Arise, they talk already. No matter where we say don't settle things. So we say, in fact, then debate this thing from that 2018 where Peter talk, they debate and reach 2019. It was, sorry, in 2022, it was still debated on. And the same Mahmoud Yakubu also galvanized NCC and other people there to make sure they put the matter to rest. How come we're still talking about it at this time and age? That's not the question where people they talk about. Or now because of, just like he said, it is convenient for them. So now what make it be problem for the team to hold. Now here is what Oga Patapata of Yaga Africa talk about the excuse where we say Oga Akpabio give as to why it be say they not pass electoral. Say they maintain waiting date there. Say many people know, you know that statement that Oga Akpabio so that particular statement I go play them later. Now the waiting Oga Yaga Africa talk. And then it's embarrassing because at some point it just feels like these politicians just look all of us, things all of us are fools and I not get egged. And I not fit do anything. So because of that, we can say anything and maneuver things, and you guys have the right to take it. Because I don't understand why Oga Akpabio will see waiting happen finish. They talk with him. Well, for purpose of clarity, make I go play with him. Oga Yaga Africa talk. Then I will come back, play with him. I mean, make I go play with him Akpabio talk. So that when Oga Yaga Africa they talk, you can understand what they be saying they talk about.
There was no deliberate attempt on the part of the Nigerian Senate to delay the amendment of the Electoral Act. Our intention had always been to ensure that we do our best and we do it painstakingly, taking our time to ensure that what comes out reflects the yearnings and aspirations of all Nigerians. And also to be sure that the next election, all questions connected with the next election will be answered by the amendments to the Electoral Act 2022. But the social media already is awash with the fact that the Senate has rejected electronic transmission. That is not true. That is not true. Electronic transmission had always been in our act. And what we did was to return the electronic transmission which have been in the act and which was used in 2022. So please do not allow people to confuse you. If you are in doubt, we will make up our final votes and proceedings available to you if you apply and you are entitled, so that you will see. This Senate, under my watch, has not rejected electronic transmission of results. It's in my interest as a participant in the next election for such to be done. So please don't go with the crowd. Don't go with the crowd. We have retained what was in the previous provision. That's all we did. So if we rejected what was proposed by way of amendment and said, let's retain what was in the previous provision, the previous provision had made allowance, had made provision for electronic transmission. So it is still there as part of our laws. And I think we should be moving forward, not moving backwards. There is no way we can, in this era of electronics, will now be going backwards. So it's important to know that. So the membership of
all right, so this is what Akpabio said. I'm sure I've played this before. I'm just playing it back for you to understand, for emphasis purpose. Now, here within Ogayaga Africa talking.
I think what the Senate has done by this act is to betray the trust of Nigerians. And not just betray the trust of Nigerians, is to make rubbish of all the gains that we've made. Because what happened today is a regression and a dangerous retreat to some of the lofty reforms that were introduced by the 2022 Electoral Act. The Senate President, I completely disagree with the Senate President. He's just being clever by half. Because what he is saying is that the ruling of the Supreme Court in the 2023 elections, they were very clear that electronic collation or transmission was unknown to the law, that INEC cannot, by virtue of its guidelines, introduce electronic transmission, and the IREF, it's clear. And so what the National Assembly did, particularly the two committees in the National Assembly, was to take that judicial pronouncement and update the law, because when the extant law says it shall be by a procedure determined by INEC, INEC went ahead in its guideline, determined the procedure, but the court now said, no, you have to insert it in the law. And the report before them, because I was part of the technical committee that was part of this entire process, what the House passed was that electronic transmission will be part of this process. In fact, the report also mentions the IREF. So I think that the Senate President is lying to Nigerians, because that's not what was provided in the report. It was clear, electronic transmission of result. But that's not also the only thing. One of the things that the Senate has also done is introduce some draconian provisions that will undermine the preparations for the 2023 election, especially logistics. What they have done, they've compressed the time frame. The reason why the 2022 Electoral Act provides that 360 days issue notice, campaign conduct of primaries, was to allow for logistics. What they have done now is to say that primaries will hold, about 90 days, and then INEC will publish the list of candidates 60 days to elections. For heaven's sake, when is INEC going to produce the ballot papers? And so we're going to run into a lot of logistical challenges, for the 2027 elections. If you look at one of the things the bill also does, and the place of the report, is that it makes it compulsory for presiding officers to compare results transmitted electronically and the ones collected manually. Yeah. What they have now done is to jettison that particular provision. So you cannot say that you did a thorough job. If this is the outcome of a thorough job, then I think that the Senate owes Nigerians a lot of apologies.
You heard that right. You heard that right. So this particular thing, Waga Itodo talk. Now, waiting Ibi say the Senate spokesperson Oga Deramodu, they can't tell us in another way. And they make it sound very convincing that the Senate did a very good job and a fantastic job. And Nigerians should not throw away the baby and the bathwater. We should understand that, you know, they're just doing things that will work for Nigeria. Really? Really? They just do what's in the work for Nigeria. We're in the best interest of Nigerians. Well, you know, let me quickly also take some other reactions when it comes concerning this electronic transmission of results. You had a waiting Peter Aka talk for Inside and News Central Television yesterday morning. Take a listen.
I mean, shame on the entire members of the 10th National Assembly. Every member from the Senate President to the Deputy to the Speaker should be thoroughly ashamed of themselves. It is unfortunate that in a democracy, Nigeria is being managed today by one of the most unproductive and dangerous assemblies of parliaments in the history of parliament. If Senator Akpabio is saying people are misunderstanding and that they are sticking to 2022 Electoral Act, so what was the need for an amendment? The most important aspect of that bill was the mandatory use of electronic technology in the transmission of results, which, by the way, is an INEC-owned resolution. The outgone INEC chairman wrote the INEC position paper 21 on the use of electronic technology to reduce human interference, because the shrine of INEC or election rigging is in coalition centers. And today, after 2 years of considerations, the Senate ended up. Why? Because it is clear that the current government is waging a war on democracy and the electoral process. And now everything is beginning to make sense and link up, because you can now see the reason for the defections. If you have a system that, because Section 60 subsection 5 clearly talks about the presiding officer will transmit election results in a way and manner as prescribed by INEC. Now the question was, did INEC prescribe the way? Yes. Paragraph 38, 39 of the INEC guidelines clearly talks about electronic transmission of results. But in court, the judge said, since it was not an omission to the act, they could not hold INEC accountable, even when their guidelines is a sub-law of a main law. Now, what citizens were demanding was simple. Take what is on the INEC guidelines, let it be represented on the Electoral Act, and amend the relevant section of the Constitution, and then you begin to see this mischief. Because all the way, they have never wanted to carry out electronic transmission of results, because it is going to foreclose election rigging. So when you have about 31 governors in the ruling party standing on the mandate which they shall collapse, and you make manual an option to INEC, it becomes easier for you to suppress the votes, because what you need is political gladiators to ensure that you are able to write results, you are able to alter them where you are going to alter. Because let me be very clear, the APC knows that if there are free and fair elections in Nigeria today, before 1 o'clock on election day, President Tinubu will not only lose body-long polling units in his house in Ikoyi, he will lose in Alausa, he will lose the Asoro polling units. So everything that is being done is ensured to be done that elections are not free and fair. It is now up to Nigerians to leave the talking and begin action. Opposition, CSOs, Nigerian youth, we must march to the National Assembly and make our voices heard. Let the world know that there is assault on our democratic process, and that in 2027, anything short of a free and fair election will not be accepted by Nigerians. If I have the list of all the members here, so you do not even need to go far. The chairman of that committee is Senator Lalong, the vice chairman is Senator Musaya Radua from Katsina. We have all the Senator Seraki Dixon, Senator Adams Oshomole, unfortunately has been very busy in a private jet now, and you know, engaging in certain actions and all of that. So the Senate president cannot insult the intelligence of Nigerians. It is deliberate. There have been information that they do not want this electronic transmission of results to be mandatory, and it is all part of the same game to ensure that you drag it up till this point. Because let us talk about it. Elections are in February, likely in February next year. We are almost late on even having an amended Electoral Act to be signed into law.
Push for a long time. You've been at the forefront.
Yes.
I mean,
as a people, we must ask ourselves the question: the power of the people and the criminals in power, who is stronger? APC does not have 31 states as it is being claimed. They have 31 governors. But unfortunately, our system is such that it is strong men who control it and not the vote of the people or the institutions working independently. So the entirety of victims of this rudderless kind of leadership, this renewed hopelessness, renewed hunger, renewed terrorism, renewed banditry, renewed criminality in government, we have never seen anything like this. We thought Buhari was bad governance. We did not know that there was a phase 2 that could be this terrible. So So for us as a people, it is not sitting around to ask ourselves, should this be done? Can it be done? It must be done. And it can be done once Nigerians decide that enough is actually enough. This kind of mischief should not be allowed to continue.
Now, Peter, following the...
All right, so this now waiting Peter cut up. Now a lot of people don't talk. So now waiting make CSOs don't come together, other groups don't come together, say they no go agree. But however, for the protest we say they do today for inside the National Assembly, how many people actually come out? How many people actually come out? And how they go fit sustain this kind of protest? That now the question will be say a lot of people they ask. When Nigeria's phone lines they open, I would like to call in to jump in on this conversation because this now waiting will determine our future for inside Nigeria. A lot of people they talk say what they go continue with this. So you clearly hear the passion, the anger where people get towards this thing will happen. But then again, you still have people who are still thinking that it's not much of a problem. Not talking about the Senate president's way. Sorry, one of the senators we say indeed very busy though. Sure, I don't take a job, but I'm saying he's very, he looks very experienced in the foot massage he was doing. Apart from that, the AI where we say post that video where they say that the AI don't talk, say na she post them, say no be AI, say na she. And then the AI don't talk, say she go release sex tapes very soon with on a senator. I'm not talking this. People don't they say, hey, AI, you have sex tape. Are we now doing things with AI? But that's a matter for another day. So, talking about all of this kind of things, Peter can refer to the members of the committees where we say make up the electoral amendment committees and all that. I mentioned Solomon Lalong. No wonder where he be say that who said Dino Melai posted something today. He posted a video of the proceedings for inside the Senate and the kind of chaos will happen when some drama will happen inside the National Assembly following some objections to waiting Akpabio been they do. I don't think they were in closed session, but I think some of the cameras released this particular footage, perhaps, and then Ogadino Melaye take them up from there. Even though you say, oh, there was a Senate, and people thought, say, but you were not different when you were there because you said, we see the way you fight when you been there. Not you go fight Madam Tinubu, something like that. People started lambasting him. He's posted on his Twitter page. However, if you see the chaos where be say happen during that sitting, you go just the wonder. Now, this now behind the scene of waiting purportedly happen, because according to people like Ogan Ndume said that no, Senate President, go just come arbitrarily take the decision like this. So that means there were people who actually opposed this during that closed session, and that you're supposed to actually call the chairman. Where be the Solomon, where be the Senator Lalong, where Peter Aka referred to for this place. But let me quickly play that excerpt for you so that you see.
Mr. President, the chairman of the committee is here. You have to put the chairman of the committee because he has for the harmonization for the conference committee. The committee on electoral matters. You have a chairman who represented us in doing this thing, and then you exclude him from the harmonization. What kind of harmonization are you going to do? No, we are telling you about experience. That is how there is a legislative procedure. That is the procedure. Yes, you can have the person who did this work is here, and when you want to go and harmonize, how can you harmonize without the person that did the work?
All right, so we see that was a drama. A lot of drama happened back and forth, but they continued because this did not stop. They turned up his mic.
Okay, distinguished colleagues, Senator Ningi. Senator Ningi, don't go far now because you just made a point that the chairman. Okay. You know how I wish there was any reason. How I wish there was any reason to shout. Distinguished colleagues, if there was any need to shout, Senator Asukwa, will you give us the opportunity to finish? I see we are discussing about Senator Lalong, and you are going for consultation. Senator Lalong, you are hereby included in this committee because
Chairman Judiciary.
Mr. Senate President, I take exception. I
I'm withdrawing from the committee. I'm withdrawing from the committee. Don't talk to me like that. What are you people introducing?
Chairman, Judiciary Committee.
Let me withdraw. I beg to withdraw. I'm withdrawing from the committee. I'm withdrawing from the committee.
So you can see obviously the general.
As what? Where is Asukwa? Asukwa? Senator Asukwa? Senator Lalong? Even when we came here to start this thing, this report, you became ill. Now we are making you chairman of this committee. Don't be ill. Then we are adding Senator Adegbomire as a member to guide you. So we have sorry, Senator Ndume, we are not talking about NGOs. We are not talking about NGOs and BBC. If it is BBC after service, you will be a senior person. But let me explain something to you. Adegbomire is a senior advocate of Nigeria. So Lalong and Adegbomire will be in that committee. Senator Lalong will be the chairman. Those in support of what I've said say aye. And those against say nay. The ayes have it. Accordingly, the Senate is hereby adjourned in terms of plenary to the 24th day of February 2026 for a
All right, so Dino Melaye, former Senator Dino Melaye posted this on his Twitter handle today. But one of the most annoying things, so if you say catch people, one of the things we catch people for this conversation. Now, waiting if you say President and Senate President Godswill Akpabio tell Oga Ndume, wait and say, for here, you know, be senior person, I beg. Ndume is one of the longest serving senators we will get. Far more senior, good luck, Akpabio for inside Senate. So tell him, say, for here, you know, be senior. If na BBC Hausa, or NGOs, you go be senior. And people saw this as very disrespectful. Some people they talk say maybe this could be joke where we say Akpabio throw, maybe a jab and all that. But then you should know when to throw a jab at a colleague. I mean, you know, go use the rashes we do me for body, use yab me for public. If you yab me between me and you, but not be say rashes be my body or eczema be my body, use and they insult me, say they play with me for public. He go use and play with me for private. That's exactly what people are saying and reacting to concerning this chaos where BC happen. Now, the question be say Nigerians go fit get what it take to sustain the momentum on how they be say they won't hold their political office holders accountable. The Senate particularly accountable concerning this electoral reform. That's not the question, because apart from all of this, up and down and all of these excuses and all that, and say, oh, go protest, and the few protests we don't happen today, how sustainable can it be? That's a question where we say a lot of people they ask. But moving on with the news very quickly, so that before I play you more evidences, people don't they talk say then call Oga Lawan Ahmed Lawal rubber stamp Senate, but say Akpabio don't take the crown as Nigeria's worst Senate president of all time. Now, waiting Nigerians on the top of the streets of social media, netizens react to Electoral Act betrayal and how it be say Oga Akpabio take responsibility. In fact, a lot of them posted a lot of other stuff. I can't even say all of this because it's just crazy waiting the BC people post. And then Obi Ezekwesili, former Minister for Education, don't sharply criticize the Senate over its handling on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026, warning lawmakers against actions she said could further inflame public frustration and undermine Nigeria's democracy. Now, Ezekwesili spoke on Friday during an interview with our Rice Television's morning show, 2 days after the Senate passed the Electoral Bill 2026 following hours of debate. So she don't want to say, oh, they play with fire, they play with fire. Other people too don't act, like former Director General of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Mr. Akin Oshuntokun. He also talk. He rejects the Senate's rejection of electronic transmission of. In fact, he said it does not portend well for the growth of Nigeria's democracy. So would they go forward or would they go backward? Just like every other person has said. SDP don't also criticize in fact, they call them self-serving cabals in Senate for rejecting electronic transmission of a poll. Say them be self-serving cabals. But in all of this, Oga Mokwito don't go ahead to start the election timetables done ready, and people don't complain. Say this one will be still in contention concerning the electoral amendment where INEC will use conduct the election based on waiting the amendments talk or the electoral act talk or the amended electoral act talk. You don't already publish, you don't already talk, say you don't already with timetable and all that. Why does that put us? Because inside the electoral act amendment, suppose get even time frame. So now that time frame suppose guide waiting INEC supposed to put for inside their timetable. Time frame for each elections, time frame for time frame supposed they. But people don't talk. So this one where they don't start now. Your guess is as good as mine. Made them rush over it. Perhaps people say now waiting make the National Assembly they delay things for the electoral act matter be they just the delay so that by the time it don't come, it don't be too late. Remember that was what happened in 2018. We make former President Buhari be no pass and we make can't get to talk about them for 2022. Now, moving forward, Electoral Act, ADC wants Senate insists on mandatory electronic transmission of results. ADC saying, no get a state pay, we must make sure that we get electronic transmission of results. But what are they doing to ensure that that happens? What are they doing to ensure that it happens? Okay, so Senator Victor Omedon talks. He said Nigerians don't lambast them, call them all sorts of names because of the electronic transmission of votes. But see, however, over 80% of senators actually consented to the electronic transmission of votes in real time. So if 80% of senators actually consented to it and agreed to it, then where the rest come from? So that means it's just a deliberate sabotage, just like the other senators have said. If 80% of senators agree, say, oh, they want the immediate real-time electronic transmission of results, then why Ibisi Oga Akpabio can't get this on Ibisi inputs like this? And then why are they not calling him out on the floor of the Senate? Why Ibisi now for the streets? Now Ibisi and media now would they call him out? Why be calling out no reach for inside the National Assembly there? If I don't ask this question before, say I better not vex opposition members there. If them say Akpabio do you with your dawn and wait on and online. If you stage a walkout, what happens? All the opposition will remain stage a walkout, say, no could leave them for no could leave APC people remain. If they go by saying that 80% of people now consent to this electoral act to add the real-time transmission for inside the electoral acts, that means to say that people will consent to run, plenty of the APC people follow too. Then follow too. So why it be say all these people not feel vex? Stage a walkout. No could see how many will they go remain for inside the Senate. Why it be say they fear to challenge the Senate's their colleague, the Senate leadership? Why are they afraid? Because same thing happened when Natasha's case happened, when they were afraid to actually support Natasha, but they'll come behind to support Natasha, but they're not supporting her in front of her. Why? Or inside the Senate? Why it be say they like that? Maybe now something like this now make it be say, I mean, as you get to do with all this wahala where they happen. Now a Senate, I say Senate, a UK-based blogger, don't blast on our for Nigeria. I'm so embarrassed at the way we be say use their Nigerians. And the worst part of this is that as they blast Nigerians, instead of Nigerians to perhaps take notes and calm down, Nigerians go flood in Twitter handle, they abuse them. As they abuse them, it even bring more evidence. Alex Bannicoats, now being named a UK blogger, when they be said don't slam on for Nigeria. Here are a few things he said. Make on and watch them. I will post the videos according to how first. This is not the first video we post. Then I will play the next one, and then the last one will be say respond to all on a backlash. As I don't give them plenty of views.
You know what? I'm going to say it if no one else will. Nigeria is the most failed country on the planet. Last night. You know what? I'm going to say it if no one else will. Nigeria is the most failed country on the planet. Last night, over 200 civilians were murdered in the northern part of the country by armed gunmen who just invaded a village and killed everyone in it. All of the civilians, all of the children, all of the women just got shot dead. People moved from house to house and just started shooting them. And this is really bad. 200 people. This should be main breaking news, stuff we've never seen before. But guess what? In Nigeria, this is just another day. This happens literally every single week. This is the only country on the planet where hundreds of civilians are killed every single day by armed terrorist groups, and it doesn't even make the news. Not to mention in Nigeria, you'll just drive up the road and there'll be dead bodies on the side of it from people who've been killed in car accidents and the bodies just haven't been picked up. And guess what? If you stop to like check the body, the police will arrest you and say that you've killed the person. Everyone in Nigeria knows it. It's the most failed country on the planet. The best thing anyone in Nigeria ever dreams of doing is leaving and going to a different country. That is everyone in Nigeria's dream, is to leave Nigeria, and everyone knows it. Look, I mean, I'm not even going to say the people from Nigeria are very nice, because every Nigerian in my comments just has a go at me. And I bet if you read the comments on this video, it'll just be Nigerians having a go at me saying, you don't know nothing about our country, this is fake news, we loved you. Nigerians, a message to you. Maybe start trying to fix your own country before you start trying to fix our opinions on your country. Then maybe we'd have better opinions of it. Hundreds of people are killed every single day. And for some reason, your government and military is unable to stop it. The only country in the world where it happens. This is embarrassing. Nigeria, what the hell are you doing?
Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That is damning. Damning. Say Nigeria and where we be say every single day people they die for Nigeria. Every single day. Please kindly pick the lies in what he said. That person if he slump for road or person die for road, if you go to touch the body not to help, they go say now you kill him. How did he know all this about us? And has this happened before? Does it happen? And then it can't they say Nigerians, instead of them to come at them, they talk about why when I get opinion about why did they get opinion about Nigeria. Instead, people should start fixing your country first so that they will not have an opinion about your country. Well, take a listen to what he also said again.
Tell you what, if we want to talk about Nigeria, it was only a few months ago that Nigeria sent a fighter jet to carry out airstrikes onto a terrorist group which launched an attack onto another group of hundreds of civilians. And Nigeria sent this fighter jet to bomb them and kill the terrorist group and go after the terrorists who did this terrible attack. But guess what that fighter jet did? Guess what it did? That fighter jet carried out airstrikes onto civilians. It carried out airstrikes onto the civilians that were also chasing after the terrorists. So Nigeria not only failed to kill and go after the terrorists who carried out another huge attack onto civilians only a few months ago, but in the process of trying to do that, they killed the other civilians who were also going after those same terrorists. Last night, 200 civilians in Nigeria were killed by a Boko Haram, the terrorist group which Nigeria seems to refuse to even fight. They say all the time, we're going to fight them, but no. Nigeria is probably the most failed country on the planet. And rather than going after these terrorist groups and providing an incentive for these groups not to attack civilians, Nigeria quite often fails so miserably and they end up, like I've already said, carrying out airstrikes onto their own civilians. And if you don't believe me, you can Google it. That actually happened just a few months ago. Any of you guys attacking me for saying Nigeria is a failed country need to take a look at your own country before you start attacking me.
Hey, Alex Banikoto, I've been a Banikote. What in the saying is this? What did he just say? What did he just say? This is not serious indictment on our government. I mean, he said Nigeria is one of the most failed countries in the world. One of the most failed countries in the world. And even as him they more provoked, he even still talk more. In fact, he released more. This one he just released them today, answering all the people who be saying the plaster. He said instead of wanting to go fix on our country, so that they even give her more views, self. Because say then con the response, everybody full in comment section. And really, if you go to his Twitter page where he posted this, among all the videos the way they post about different countries, America, Russia, and all that, no one gets as much views as the ones when he post about Nigeria. But he also criticizes other countries. It also criticizes other countries. Why you busy the videos and when they post about other countries don't get that much view? That not because of the way Nigerians and go they engage them to perhaps tell us what they do na lie or rubbish they do. Now the guy use annoyance. He use annoyance. And again, I say people they talk say this not direct indictment on our government. Direct indictment on our government. Look, we'll take a listen to what's in the talk again.
Nigerians, rather than listening to me and focusing on fixing your own country, instead you did exactly what everyone expected and you attacked me in the comments and you've gotten me more views than ever before. More people have realized that your country is failed and hundreds of people are being killed every single day than before you even watched my video. If you had listened to me and you had listened to what everyone else was saying, that your country is failing, and instead you need to focus on fixing your country, we wouldn't be in the position we are in right now. Trending on Twitter, Number one is that Nigeria is a failed country. 15,000 posts about hundreds of people being killed a day in Nigeria. There is a reason for this. It is not because of people being sick of what's happening in Nigeria. It's because of people in Nigeria defending what's happening in Nigeria. For you to sit here and pretend, Nigerians, that your country is this utopia and this brilliant place full of engineering minds like you're trying to portray it as, you are an idiot. Nigeria truly is one of the most failed countries on the planet, where there are dead bodies on the side of the street and hundreds of people are being killed a day. And if you didn't spend the whole time attacking me in the comments of my videos about it, and you instead focused on fixing your country, not only would one, less people know about it, but two, you would actually have a good country for people not to make videos on attacking what's happening in there. Take a look in the mirror and realize the problem lies within. I am not the problem pointing out that your country is a failed.
Hey, all right, Nigerians, phone lines are open. Please kindly call into follow the link on the pinned post. I think I don't post that link. Follow her. Let me pin it quickly. So follow the link ready for the pinned post. It will lead you straight into the studio, make it for people and put mouth for inside the conversation. So please follow the link on the pinned post and it will lead you straight to the studio to join the conversation. I don't know what to say to this young man. He said so much, and I don't know what to say. Well, but make we quickly react to other things, some other things that happen for inside Nigeria. By the way, talking about their country, UK, our court for Tinubu don't order a British government to pay £20 million each to 21 people where be miners where be been killed for Enugu during the colonial era. These people come out to come protest. Say they don't like the working condition, the wages disparity where they at that time. And you know what his Alex's brothers did. Alex's forefathers did. They carry gun, shoot all of them to the ones who wound, the ones who die. And now courts when inside Enugu don't come talk. So you know what? You actually owe them. They say the fact say it happened a long time ago. No me say Enugu pay their families for damages. £20 million for each of the families. However, they don't tell the Nigerian government. Nigerian government liaise with UK government. Diplomatically make one for film make can happen. But how fast can that happen? How is it even possible that it will happen? People are even say, because it's an ego case. If it were perhaps minors in Yoruba land, Hausa land, they would expedite action for that judgment to make sure it happen. That now what's some people they talk. Some people say, they will even pay attention to that case at all. That are some of the things we be say talk about. I also did tell you that out of all the projects we be say then puts forward for the 2024-2025 years. Reports don't carry and say 471 of these projects that not happen at all for Nigeria. No, did not take place at all. And the ones we managed happen, 92 of them were fraudulently done across 28 Nigerian states. This time, and all of this, by the way, are the ones they don't disburse funds for. So out of all the projects that they disburse funds for, 471 projects were not executed at all, and 92 were fraudulently executed according to records. These are the kind of things we see Nigerians supposed to be asked, talk about to hold their government accountable for. But how can we actually do this? And talking about insecurity is still plenty because people, herdsmen, just yesterday, raid Benue community, kidnap women, brand their markets. This one happened for one save market for inside Mbai Kioi, Kwande local government area of Benue State. And now talking about this now waiting for my NHIS Oga get to say concerning the way Tinubu they handle the economy, because he said no, the president is not doing well with the way he's handling the economy. That they keep blaming that there is Christian genocide in Nigeria, but there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. Say now our government now they manage our diversity very poorly. But does this have anything to do? Is it more about the handling of diversity, or truly the targets on some people and expansionism like other people they've done the toxins? Let's listen to our NHIS.
There is tension in the land. There has been lies all over the world against northern Muslims, that there is genocide against Christians. And you're bringing this toxic thing. We're not managing, and I've said it. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not managed Nigeria's diversity well. And we've seen it. His appointments are Yoruba-centric, and he's divided this country from the outset. The Muslim ticket he flew was a scam. And I wrote about it in August 2022. that APC's Muslim ticket is neither for God nor country. And we've seen it. Now he's pivoting to the northern Christians. And that's why he's doing all of this. All this, the coup thing, the Muslim, the Christian genocide, the change of service chiefs, all of this, the appointment of an INEC chairman who supported, who wrote a brief, an 80-page brief 6 years ago, supporting Christians, saying that there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. All this is geared towards President Bola Ahmed Tinubu balkanizing this country again, particularly the north.
Are you saying he's the architect of what is playing out?
He is. Nobody else. The buck stops at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's desk. He's the president and commander-in-chief. We have seen presidents in this country, Muslims and Christians, that have managed Nigeria's diversity much better than he has. It is all for him. And I've said it again and again and again and again. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's allegiance is to himself and his ambition first. Any other thing is a distant second. This is dangerous.
All right, so this now according to Trust Television. But then people don't talk. So excuse me, sir. Every other president managed diversity well. How well exactly did President Muhammadu Buhari manage diversity? The people of the Middle Belt, they accuse the former president today, saying that him, under his administration, now he be say their killings been day more pronounced. Why? Because in fact, people even somebody Obama talk say the people where they terrorize today, saying that Fulani people where they bring from Niger, Mali, Sierra Leone to come win election, and you people have not refuted it. The Northern Muslims still never do well to also call these people where they act on their behalf or on behalf of their religion to order. They go about killing people. Who will be the people where don't they targeted at? I mean, let's look at the number of the people for the IDP statistically. What will be their fate the most? Do we have more of Christians here or not? The villages where don't they run over, where they don't take over. The villages where they don't take over. Now more of Christian communities or Muslim communities now don't they taking over. So let's face the facts now. Don't do things like this so that it doesn't look like you're gaslighting the Christians that are also calling for, so that they will stop killing them. Not only they do things like this. Well, talking about the massacre where we say happened, well, for inside the Kwara State. Here now, a security expert gets to talk earlier today.
From what others have suspected, because let's be clear, some of the letters that were sent said to have been signed by JAS, right?
Well, the most important things we need to look inward is we need to take ourselves quickly back. Right from initially there were bandits, and those bandits were pushed away later by the Boko Haram and Ansar team that coordinated themselves. And much later, there was huge presence of Lakurawa within that area, and also a population coming from probably on certain allocation. Lot of combined criminal activity, well-coordinated, well-organized criminal activity has been happening there right since the year 2016, 2017, and 2018. And I mark you and note that I have made it very clear that whatever situation is, the intelligence personnel or the security personnel have not been doing what they're supposed to do. They could have prevented the occurrence or the happening of this carnage. Because if at all necessary measures were taken for flushing out whosoever is around that Kiama radius within the radius of 35 to 75 to 80 radius kilometer, there wouldn't have been presence, and there wouldn't have been a conflict between the community and the criminals, because the community themselves have not really been helping matters. Because if at all they have been providing, I'm not sure if at all there is a linkage between the SIB, the DSS, the police, and the other paramilitary and the military who are operating around that area. And the trouble presence of these guys who have been operating for quite a long time. For how long do we allow criminals to concentrate, to organize themselves, and to stay there? We have been talking about it. The intelligence cannot, the security agencies cannot tell me that they don't know about the presence of these guys for the last 8-9 years back. So if at all we know whosoever it may be, what matters is not who is there, is why are they left behind unchallenged. That's what matters. It's not the matter of who are there, they belong to which group or whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, to the best of my knowledge, they have a very close linkage with more of Lakurawa than that of Boko Haram.
Let's take it back to
Even though they are all religious
you don't
radical
see
groups.
the explanation. Most importantly, Nigeria or the Nigerian government fail to protect their people when all these things they happen, because they get information ahead of time. Waiting our government to do with that information, how they manage information well, waiting them do to stop this, make sure say happen. Well, let's move on to other issues very quickly while I open the phone lines. An escalating public confrontation between engineer Stella Ifeoma Okengu, CEO of Wayne Homes Global Services Limited, and Nigeria's Minister of Works, Engineer Professor by experience Dave Umahi, has taken a dramatic turn with fresh allegations of sexual misconduct. Now, in a video widely circulated, shared on social media today, Friday, 6th of February 2026, Okengu, a prominent diaspora entrepreneur and real estate developer, often referred to as the Woman King, accused Umahi of a long-standing pattern of sexual harassment, threats, and abuse of ministerial power. Now, she claimed the behavior opened over a decade and presented what she described as receipts, evidence, including communications and references to prior incidents. Now, you know the time when Umahi have been talked, if she talks, say I don't do anything. If she talks, say I do, but the woman don't use annoyance now. Come talk, come say if he can actually harass these people and suppress them after harassing them, he's also, it's a tradition, is what he is used to. Now, so in be waiting in they used to doing now in be that, and people don't talk say. Okay, so she'd also push, say, make the Senate Ethics Committee probe him and maybe say the Sakogama. He listen to her and watch the video.
I am making this even stronger because this is no longer incident. This is a pattern. There are women whose life, businesses, and career have allegedly been damaged under the same shadow of sexual harassment and abuse of power by Engineer David Umahi. One of them is Jackie Ikotonye, handled a government contract in Ebonyi State worth hundreds of millions of naira. According to her, she was sexually harassed. She refused. Until today, her case is still in court. This is not a rumor. This is not social media talk. This is a documented struggle. She cannot even talk again. Another one is P. Wealthy gift.
11 years ago, I produced promotional gifts that David Umahi used for his campaign. And he asked me to be patient with him. And he had no money. I was patient. And in the course of waiting, this guy moved from the business we had and started pestering my life. And from the beginning, I told him, I cannot date you. I cannot have anything with you. And the more I told him that, it's like I infuriated him. He threatened me that he would deal with me. Till date, David refused to pay me my money.
P. Wealthy gift. She supplied a campaign material when he was a deputy governor. She was invited to his office, according to her. It became something else. She refused. Until today, she has not been paid. Her business suffered because she chose dignity over compromise. And now, there are disturbing allegations involving Bianca Ojukwu on social media, a sitting minister in Nigeria. So, let us ask ourselves questions. How many women? How many stories? How many times will this happen before we accept that this is not coincidence? When allegations touch business women, government contractors, campaign suppliers, and even fellow ministers, this stops being accidental. It becomes crisis of character and conduct. This is what a pattern looks like. Women are invited for professional reasons. Lines are crossed. They say no. They are punished. Money is withheld. Careers are delayed. Fear is used to silence them. That is sexual harassment mixed with abuse of office. This is not gossip. This is not politics. This is not emotion. This is about power being used wrongly by Engineer David Umahi. And let me say this clearly. Sexual harassment is not always physical. Sometimes it is pressure. Sometimes it is intimidation. Sometimes it is using your position to trap people. When this comes from a minister, it becomes a national shame. So today, I am calling for action. Let the Senate Committee on Ethics and Public Petition open a full investigation. Let there be an independent probe into Engineer David Umahi's conduct. let it be determined if his action amounts to sexual harassment, abuse of office, intimidation, and ethical misconduct. And if these allegations are proven, he must be removed from his office. Because public office is not a crown, it is a responsibility. Mr. President must understand something. Protecting wrongdoing does not protect Nigeria. It destroys Nigeria's image abroad. The world is watching. Foreign investors are watching. Diasporans investors are also watching. Women are watching. When a minister behaves like personal access is stronger than the law, it tells the world one thing, that our laws are weak. Women are unsafe. Investment depends on submission. Power has no control. That is unacceptable. This is not only about me. It is about every woman who has been silenced, every business person who has been intimidated, every investor who has been bullied, and every citizen who was made to feel powerless. We want accountability. We want investigation. We want justice. And we want consequences if misconduct is proven. Because when power has no accountability, it becomes an abuse. When silence continues, it becomes approval. And when society tolerates it, it becomes part of the system. What is happening is wrong. It is ugly. It is dangerous. It is a stain in our governance and in Nigeria. Nigeria cannot say it protects its investors while a woman are being intimidated. Nigeria cannot say it believes in justice while abuse is ignored. Nigeria cannot say it wants reform while shielding misconduct. We will not be silenced. We will not be scared. We will not normalize this behavior. Accountability is not chaos. But when accountability is denied, chaos.
All right, so you don't hear the owner of Wayne Homes. Remember, say have land or property, and some of those will be say then tamper with as it gets to do with the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway and DNI say all this problem emanate from the clash between Shia and Mahi emanate from. Well, phone lines are open Nigeria 081702940777. And remember to call, or you follow the link with the pinned post. The link will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. Let's be as quick as possible so that we'll go back to our Thank God It's Friday game. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Princess.
Yes, you're welcome. Marvelous, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. I see that Silaka is not in today.
No, he's unavoidably absent.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's fine. A quick question. Mrs. Blanca, whatever. Why did she decide to go join this APC government?
Who?
I'm asking myself.
Bianca Ojukwu.
Yeah, the reason why she decided to go join this Tinubu government.
She was given appointments.
Yeah, she was supposed to reject that appointment. Because they messed that woman. It's like that woman's dignity has been, I don't know, it has been tarnished. Why did I say so? You know the trip during when they went to Turkey or something. During the trip in Turkey.
Yes, she was there.
She was there. You saw that. What's this minister's name? For mining and whatever. What is the name?
Wale Do.
Not Wale. Is it Wale Do? No. That's minister. Not that one. There's only one for mining. The guy, the mining.
He's the one in charge of mines now, solid minerals now. He's Wale Do now.
You see the way that guy pulled that lady away from the queue for the lining up. The way they were like, the way that guy went to that queue and pulled her. You know, she had to compose herself, and the way he pulled her off that queue, she now went to stand close to, and the person that was standing with her, it's like he was talking to that person. It's like that person was writing something, but that guy just came and pulled her off that and pushed her to the other side. I was like, what kind of embarrassment is this? If you watch that video, you watch that clip, you could see that, you know, behind that pain, she's just putting up smile. Look at the other video that was posted again. You see what the other guy is trying to go and touch. I said,
it wasn't a video now. It was a picture. That lady just added that picture to that, and that happened a long time ago.
Trying to put your hands in.
But you could see that she was holding his hand from behind.
Yeah, but she was trying to stop it, but she's not even comfortable with it. dignities that were supposed to be protected. These people have become so dumb. Look, okay, now, if that country was a society that works properly, you see like that David Mike was not supposed to, he's not supposed to be close to government. Because the guy is so disrespectful, he speaks arrogantly.
Is he?
So many, if you look at that guy, so many accusations that has been pointed against him. If you were to be where the society that really works, that guy is under investigation. He has resigned from his job since. Investigation has been opened.
I mean, which things where they don't get against and where they never get against Senate President Akpabio?
No, I'm just saying because I know they're all of them, but that is one of them. It's one of them. That's what I'm saying. All these people were supposed to have gone in for it because these people are bringing total disgrace to the country. That's why sometimes we still say Obasanjo. During Obasanjo tenure, this nonsense do not take places. This rubbish. You hardly see this kind of stuff. At least you could still see these people, the people that were dead were still, you could still see them, even though there might be something on the ground, but you could still see them doing their jobs. Not the kind of people we have now. These are not the kind of people we have now that are running that country. They are bankrupting that country. Every day, one disgrace.
No. Somebody has just reminded me that you were talking about Dele Alake, not Wale Edun. Dele Alake. That in my head, I thought I actually mentioned Dele Alake. Thank you so much. Yes. Danjuma. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
So you see what I'm talking about? The disgrace that lady is seeing because he went to war for. So he's not going to stick to Peter Obi that gave you the respect you deserve. So look at the electoral from again. My question is this. My question I will tell you, I don't know if you can assist with this question as well. You could see this electoral reform now. Like, what's his name again? The senator. What's it? This name, I'm just. Okay, you could see when they all came out yesterday. I think, is it yesterday, Thursday, when they were all addressing the public that said, we are not among these things. We've approved this thing. We've approved this law. Approved it. So, which means the Senate president is the one trying to sabotage this thing. Sabotage this law. So, if it were to be a functional society, everybody, when you notice that kind of a thing, that guy's supposed to have faced, they're supposed to have deposed him from that seat. Because you're preaching.
Calm down now. You go to take amazing so that you go there all right. Not the too emotional. Now Nigeria be this one. Now you make always beg God to protect on our mental health. I don't know whether you understand me. Now you go first ask yourself, say, you never reach better 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So will they complain? Say the same Senate, the law will be say them pass for our what do they call them? Our what do they call them? Tax reform bill will be say them pass. They different from the one way then Gazette. And the same Senate after all the opera and a committee for inside the National Assembly and House of Rep come out and say it is true that it happened. His fellow senator noted it. What did he do when he came back? He said there was nothing like that. Why are people? Do you understand? So why are you expecting too much now? I'm just giving you an example why you should be taking it easy on yourself, sir. Please.
I know. The reason why I'm speaking up, it's painful because the disgrace. Because you will see all over the world now, Nigeria, I don't know, that bad attitude. They are saying that the people are the one, but meanwhile, the leaders are the one bringing disgrace to that country. Because, again, I would say, the reason why all these things are happening now is for the Nigerians to wake up, to start demanding for what belongs to them. These few individuals that have held that country hostage, it's time to tell them, no, that your time is up. It's time for you guys to vacate those areas. And Nigerians should stand up and start taking what belongs to them. I was even watching a clip from the Edo State, one of the, that call himself, I don't know, what he said is from the chairman of the Edo State APC or whatever.
I didn't want to talk about it, yes. When they talk about the attack, when they say they attack ADC for inside Edo State. Don't. I was protecting my mental health by avoiding the video, my dear brother. Me too. You don't know that me too. I protect my mental health.
Yeah, you were attacking the oppositions that they were all gays. Or this
Say them be gay. Yeah, say opposition parties are gay.
Even saying, look at Peter Obi's son. Those are people. This and that person in question. I went further to do some research on he even had a case with the EFCC. So that's why I'm asking that. How come that? That's why I asked the other day that before these people ascertain most of these positions, are there no agencies that carry out vettings on them? Are there no people that carry out vettings on these people so that you see these people has records, has case to answer? You stop them from getting close to that seat. Huh? Okay, look at the electoral laws now that is about to. They are just causing nuisance everywhere. The electoral law, now I just pray that since nothing has been done yet, that these people should be able to stand their ground and make sure that law.
And when they finish standing their ground, who will pass it? Who will consent it? Who will consent it and make it a law?
I think the assembly still has the power to, even though he refused to sign it, but the assembly still has the power to make sure to implement the law. If it comes back to them, they still have the power to do that.
Don't worry yourself. Well, let's hope for the best because I cannot shatter our dreams in Nigeria.
Yeah, because I'm listening that they still have the assembly. Because if the assembly, this is what the people is requesting for. He cannot say he will not sign it. That's the truth. He cannot say that. But they still have the power to implement that law, even though he refused to sign it. Because we ought to wake up. It's time. Because one country needs to be saved. Huh? Because these people, I don't know, they've messed Nigerians enough. They've messed. Look at even foreigners are not the one coming. I even watched a clip of Alice today on China as well. I come across Alice on China as well regarding you could see when he was even calling out the government.
Thank you, Marvelous. Make I no worry you too much. Thank you so much. All right, Nigerians, phone lines are still open. Let's quickly have you jumping on the conversation so that I see the passion with which you talk, and I would totally agree with you. I respect your opinion, sir. But you understand, the same way they be saying when it comes to Nigerian matter, you just the melembe, make it forfeit their life to see the change we pray for Nigeria. Because what's they happen for Nigeria now. In fact, some people say a spiritual problem. You know, a pastor has actually said that before. That is a spiritual problem that we have in Nigeria. Hello, good evening and welcome. Before I go to my back studio. Welcome, sir. Yes, sir, you're welcome. Yeah, Oga, you're welcome. Oga Tony, yes, from Chicago. Welcome, sir. Sir?
I want to ask is our country Nigeria under any kind of war?
No, we know the war.
Precious.
Sir?
I've been listening to news. Ukraine and Russia, they are fighting war. The kind of people that die in Nigeria, you know how much that kind of people that die in Ukraine, Iraq,
not true.
Russia.
Not true, you talk. Not true, you talk.
What is happening? And our president is nowhere to be found, making any broad statement.
Our president is fine. No, did you not see him today? He was in a national mosque when he attended the Matewale's children's. No, he attended Matewale children's wedding today. Child, stop it now. He attended Matewale's gallantly so. Yeah, he attended their Mikai.
And again, Precious,
sir?
Our country, Nigeria, is, I think we should call ourselves, there's no man in that country. Today, I'm so disappointed that people came out to protest this kind of pre-rigging arrangement already done. They have done it already. And Nigeria, where every news, Nigeria is shouting. Put something in action. Where are we? This is time we have to let them know this old Nigeria. on every radio and television, people are like,
Sorry.
you cannot do anything. I look at the people that came out to protest against the kind of electoral material they want to give us. No, it's no way to find a number that can change their attitude. What is happening is that Tinubu cannot give you, if I say the power is not served Arakaka, he can't give it that power the way you're taking. The people where is the position, where Atiku will be, all of them should come out now. They should not allow all these young men to do it alone. They should come out. The world is watching them. Let's know what they will do to them. Tell me, if it's Tinubu is under opposition, what will happen now? Precious. You mobilize and make sure everything is turned upside down. Oh, now look at the way Eba has gone. Well, I pity our people, but if Tinubu gets to the second tenor, Precious, Nigeria will still shake it. Well, shaky, you don't go shaky, Nigeria will still shake you because you don't need it again. Even if people might even make you the life president, you have seen it.
Thank you, sir. It's your opinion. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You too. Good night, sir. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello. Oh dear, I don't know if you can hear me.
Hello,
good evening.
Precious.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Very well. Go ahead, please. Fire on very quickly.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Chicks, calling from United Kingdom.
You're welcome, Mr. Chicks. Go ahead.
Precious, can you give what you don't have?
I will keep myself to give you waiting another.
You see, the problem with Nigeria is your colleagues. You see, the journalists. Most Nigerian journalists are completely useless. You see that young man, this thing you played from UK, right? You see how somebody talks. Somebody, you played a video where a man, I don't know what if you call it senator. I watched that video before you played it. They said he was involved in INEC previously, was telling you that Nigeria is not ready for electronic result transfer, or whatever they call it, transmission transfer, whatever they call it, right? This is a man, you said he worked there before, and he is shameless to come and tell us about this. I've watched on television, on national television, where a minister or whoever is defending the reason why they cannot pick up all these bandits using social media, right? Saying they are using satellite phones. And Nigeria cannot get satellite phone. I mean, we get the satellite on these beavers, right? To transmit. And this foolish man, because he deserves to be called foolish, is here telling the whole world that Nigeria is useless. I am sorry. Whatever we get in, we deserve it. And as I keep saying, you see, even if they like, let them transmit, they will rig the election and rig it woefully. The only reason, in my own little way, they cannot rig the election is when they make INEC the person to come and defend the election they conducted. I don't know if this is in this law. Because if it is in this law, let them forget about transmission. Any day they put that responsibility on INEC. Look, we go. It's as simple as ABCD. And we all pretend we don't know it. But when you see all these stupid lawyers, they come on the television, he who asserts must prove. He who accused must prove. INEC will do election. Another person will come and prove that election is how it is supposed to be. How can you prove that there is a violence in an election? If not INEC. to prove that there's no violence in that election.
Thank
so
you,
you
sir.
see all these things we're saying, we are just deceiving ourselves. And the earlier we wake up, especially all these people who come and sit down and they analyze, because I found them wanting. This is the time for them to start shouting, lead people there, because some of them will know them.
No, sir. Don't disrespect people. You to stand up and come out. Lead the country where you are and stand up. Don't disrespect people who come here to lend their voices to what's happening in Nigeria. That's not fair. People are cross. No, don't do that.
Maybe you are misunderstanding me.
I think I am, sir. I think I am.
Because somebody, not just on your show, right? People are calling Nigerian youth, where are you? Where are you?
I am not talking about my show alone. I'm also talking about it generally speaking. For those who manage to speak up one way or the other, please don't condemn them.
No. They should have their own part of the distance, because when they're giving the youth, this is the time for elders to talk. This is the time for elders to stand up. That's what I'm saying. They can't come up all the time blaming the youth. The youth have done it in 2020. That was the most recent. Probably the elders done it in 1993. But the most recent was done by the youth. And this is elderly talk. This is not kids talk. This is the law that holds everybody. It's an elderly talk. That's why I'm saying it. I'm calling out on them. Seriously, I'm calling out on them.
And they will also be calling. They will also be calling us to leave that country where you are and also come and join you physically and stop talking on phones.
If they think it's easy to come out,
and then it's not also easy for them to also come out.
I am not giving excuse. Yeah, me coming out here today, here this Japa, it is not easy. I've paid my dues.
They are also paying their dues. No, don't make such excuses. They are also paying their own dues, their own way. What is the dues you have paid that they have not paid, sir? They make their voices heard. How have you made your own voice heard, sir?
This is not an excuse, yeah? If I'm not paying my dues, I could have forgot about Nigeria. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. I'm telling you true. As I am today, it is easy for me. I don't have father, I don't have mother. They're gone because of Nigeria. It is easy for me to forget the country. That's why I'm paying my dues. Me contributing there today is paying my dues. So don't see it as if I'm begging anybody. I can keep quiet. Just forget about that place. I own nothing in there. I own nothing there. So you see, it is time we need to stand up, tell ourselves the truth. The elders need to talk, because their silence is killing. Their silence is killing.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well
thank
done,
you.
Sir. All right, sir. Let me quickly speak to people waiting for my backyard. T.Y. Danjuma, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, President. I don't put you on the spot.
They don't put me on the spot. I just are not get. You know I can face this heads on if I had energy. But honestly speaking, so they not be there. I go carry Nigeria matter for head. So me too, I'm protecting my mental health now. It make me just melembe in your words, eh?
It's sad. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, viewers. Nigeria, they on reverse gear. You know, nothing where they could talk about Nigeria again.
We did the right way. We are fine.
No, listen.
Your Minister for Information say everything they move well for Nigeria.
Very good. Your president in January was only in Nigeria for 7 days, so he has turned to Pobia.
But February, we did throughout February now.
How you know that one?
I'm telling you.
I know. That is the New Year gift where they give now. 7 days, 9 days for your own country where they administer. Where he did? They don't tell now where he did. They run up and down, they go back, go. You know, see, well, you don't try, finish. You send him wife, make him wife go. You don't know, say, Koniman die, Koniman bury him. Because the man praise him, say, this one. Now he wants smuggling, say, may go see president. Tell him, say, no, not be disgrace, Peter. What he won't do, he's a politician.
Are you saying our first lady tried to see Trump and she couldn't see Trump?
He double self, he won't use parapor, he won't use pastor, he won't use night matter and say no. Now after the fasting, after the prayer, this thing we don't do finish. I'm done with you. They know you have not be like a bathroom where you go now. You want to see American president, no appointment, no you want things that the kind nonsense what they do for Nigeria, no, I can't do here.
No carry me for now.
I tell you now. So the man tell I say no, that will not be not because I praise you. You can't say you go use Columbia idea. Come what you see me for? What you want to see me for? You know, the begging know they
don't
work.
say Trump get bad character. He go take back the praise wey he praise. Nah.
The $9 million no they work. They don't try everything. They don't try campaign. They don't try
What will
everything.
$9 million give appointment to even go to prayer and fasting in the first place? That's not what people go tell you.
No, now even if you self won't go, you go. Not be prayer. You go now. When they screen you, search you finish. You say okay. They say I make you begin go. You know, she get people who lobby for her, and I go there. You don't understand how things they work here. You not be Nigerian now. What you do anyhow? You don't go there now. Come. You know, you don't go there. Not be, that place not be where you go spend money. Not be place where you go speak Yoruba. Not the place where you go. Not the place where you go do impunity or IM Imamadu. You know the work. So when they finish prayer, everybody but you want the small go at the first place. No, you can't do that one. That is the problem. The thing where they pepper them now, not Trump. Now, seen now with this, so we boost down there on the ground. Just the listen, you go see what thing will happen next. They are restless.
So act one, scene one.
At once in one, now would they so?
Oh, go enter scene two, go enter act two.
Make Nigerians make them farabale. You don't. You see, the people where they talk before, you see them they talk anyhow now. They don't calm down. Some of them don't go into hiding. I hear some of them don't leave Nigeria because they don't know what thing will happen. But the man don't want them. If this thing continue, say now I go see Pepe. Now part of the Pepe now I go see as they don't send this people. Now part of the Pepe.
Defense headquarters say nobody in Nigeria, nobody come.
You say what happened?
You know Yaram today. Defense headquarters say nobody in Nigeria.
Now those people they trust. Not people will say no coup after they say they coup. Not people will say they for not say commissioner of police and local government chairman say they no kill anybody. Eventually, you find out say 170 people. Not people they tell you say they go Japan, they go UAE, they go Brazil, they go how many places? Japan. They go bring investment. Those people come out say no investment. Not be the same people they tell you about Ethiopian airline, how we order not the other. Like the same government now, the brother government, we go bring a plane, paint them, say Nigerian, new Nigerian, this all of them are lying. Now why you carry money go? You know they hear all those things. Who they believe them? Not people who tell us say Brigadier Musa say they return back with all the people. Eventually we find out say the poor man. They abandon them. They go buy them for nothing. You they believe these people? You believe this? Anybody they believe these people? Not be people who go pass this thing. The thing where they pass different from the thing where they cassette. Not be electoral this thing now would they hear so. You they believe these people? Not be somebody where they speak for federal government, for the same government, then you say they put something for ground. So the president no look when I taking that knock this thing now, he can't olule. When we know say Oshikini Olule. This one Oshikeji Olule. And we don't know how many times don't lule for private. Who they believe this?
How many times make I bring your brother move, make on a talk, I beg, I don't get strength. Welcome.
Greeting, Precious, and greeting, brother TY.
I'm OP. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good.
How
Precious.
California?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're a little bit warm over here. You know, last week I was in Florida where it was cool. I was surprised. The place I was in California was like about 25 degrees at night. We never had that. It has been pretty cold this year, this year,
Cool.
So I have to run back to my state, man.
How can you leave a hot place, go cold place?
Well, I get business for Florida, so I frequent there, I have a resident over there too. So that's why I
okay.
frequent there.
Cool,
Yeah.
won't kill us here. Make you chook mouth for this matter. Oh, they talk so.
Yeah, greeting, brother, greeting, sister. Precious, let me just make it clear. Nigeria has become a country, that should be studied, put in the university archive, how not to be a first state. Well, Nigeria is not a first state, but let me use a better word. Let me use a more responsible. How not to be a regressive state. That's where we are right now. Because nothing is working. There's no progress everywhere, anywhere. any kind of progress that you can see is all propaganda because we have plateau long time ago, and nothing is progressive. If you look at the whole part of Nigeria right now, everything is in bad shape. If nothing is working, I mean, look at what just happened in Para. Like you properly stated, they tried to hide it. This is supposed to be a national emergency. The president is supposed to be calling by national emergency meeting, and they are here sugarcoating it. Can you imagine such atrocity, killing of people, whether Christians or Muslim, and everybody just like the status quo? Things just go on as it is. You hear people die on the road. It has become norm. How you live? I mean, I can't say how you are because I'm part of Nigeria, so I'm not going to be making that kind of statement. I mean, how do we live this kind of life like nothing is happening? Can you tell me, Precious? You're a journalist, who is very privy about Nigerian, calamity. Can you give me can just make it easier for me, okay, to digest, please?
Digest waiting. What do you want digest? You drink water and digest food.
Precious, there was one video I
Well,
sent to
if
you.
I
I don't know.
digest it good, my mental health go better. That's where I'm leaning to.
See me,
There was a video I sent to you.
frame of mind this evening. People should leave me out of Nigeria's madness. Please.
Precious, there was a video I sent to you. I don't know whether you get
I
time
know
to
I
look
will
at.
use it on Saturday tomorrow. I'll use it.
So make I
Yeah,
know.
on a more serious note, Precious, this electoral reform, what does Akpabio think we are? Did you see the way he narrated it? They are leaving it the way it was before. Said that, they didn't do anything about the electronic transmission. They just leave it the way. I mean, you just think we are stupid people. That's the way the man talk. He's the worst Senate president in my lifetime that I ever witnessed. We're talking about Malami or whatever they're about, but this guy is bastardized to the highest level because everything he's doing right now amount to corruption. There's no accountability. Are you going to tell us that real-time electronic transmission, make it harder to, transfer because of lack of electricity? But if that favor you, you're not going to be saying that. Professor, I mean, sometimes I just decide to come here. I just say, make I come in briefly, because I see my brother T.Y. Danjuma. So let me come in and greet all of you. But sometimes I get tired of talking about, but I always listen to you, Pressure. But sometimes I don't like coming in. I say, let me protect my mental. I'm there right now, okay? I'm not a young man, anymore. My mental health is very important to me, I want to live longer for my kids, But
Yeah. Now, me, they don't want
why?
to live longer for my own kids. Now you ask me a question.
No, don't take it. Don't take it differently. I didn't mean it that way. You know what I mean, Precious. I mean, they lie to us like we're foolish. We don't, even somebody who when not go primary school can understand that this man is lying. Look at the way he's so cornered the whole time. You have all these people coming.
Say normally, if you lie, you're supposed to they blink or do your eye like
Okay,
this.
Precious, let me ask you. How many states?
Open their eye, they blink, they open and they shine, they look you, they lie, they lie.
Let me ask you, how many states does APC control?
So far you have about 29 governors under them.
Okay, why are they afraid of electronic transmission?
There are still people that are tilted towards them that like a Fintiri of Adamawa State is more or less an APC.
Okay, let's assume they control 80%. Let me just give them 80%.
That means they control like 32 states, or 33 states.
So that's about 80% of the so-called structure, right? That we give them the
about 90% of the structure.
Oh, okay. I've tried to be a little bit more conservative. I've tried to be a little bit more conservative. That's why I put it at 80%. Okay, let's assume you're between 80 and 90%. Why are they afraid to do the right thing? That even at home when they leave office, when coming is good.
Spokesperson talk. We have existential issue. We don't have network across. We cannot now afford to have network problem. You don't understand. It's just that if the network problem was to affect them negatively, they would look for a way to solve it, and it's very embarrassing.
But do you have to? Can anybody tell me? I'm not in the engineering department. Does that require network to be transmitted? The way it's supposed to?
You need data. So the data, you go use the beavers. The beavers they like phone. So you go use the beavers, capture the image of which one I don't sign for the phone. EC it from I think so, and then send them from the beavers straight to the IRF portal. That's the
they don't get generator there.
Transmission.
Nobody get generator.
They get things that they use charge. I mean, internet. The problem is that they say not every community gets internet. So then I ask the question: then why are we using beavers? Because for the beavers to also capture you and all that, you need some sort of network connectivity like a phone, right? So I don't understand. So that's what people are saying, that the excuse no cutouts at all. You understand?
So they are talking about internet penetration and light and no.
You heard what Adara Modu said that excuse me. You heard what he said that in some areas there is no net. So just not far from Abuja here, that before the person will finish for that what do they call them the center, and then say make him move. Say it go take him like 3 hours to go find one network to upload the results.
Precious.
Times.
All those on our story. We don't talk these things. Say these people no go do. People talk about before. Say these people no go do. I don't want to talk about that electoral system because I
But
waste of
my
time.
question is that if they control about 90% of the structure, their so-called structure, because where me and Danjuma live, we don't consider the governors or the head of a particular state a structure. We consider people the structure. But in Nigeria, on is contrary. They look at the governor or somebody in charge of that state as the structure. That's not the way democracy is supposed to work. It doesn't matter who is the governor. Any Democrat or Republican, they can win the state. That's the way it works. I mean, that happened in the last election. Trump won a lot of a lot of states that Democrat control. I mean, some of them are called battleground state, and he won. It doesn't matter. People are the structures. But in Nigeria, I don't know what kind of democracy we practice. I mean, that's why I said we have plateaued. We are not moving. We are kind of regressing backwards, everything. But it's so a shame because if you look at the little countries, let me give an example. I don't mean to bring out that but that young man, 21 years old, what's that? Aisha Speed that come here. Did you see the kind of statement that he made? He will never come to Nigeria again. Out of the whole small country that he visited, Nigeria is a disgrace. He put it on a tip top. I don't blame him because of every other small country that he visited. The way his own was different compared to Nigeria. That's where you see something different. It's not just the people, precious. It's you people and the government that are the problem in Nigeria. Yes, I said it. You people, Nigeria. Precious, don't look me like that, okay? I'm calling a spade a spade.
See, I don't tell you can put Nigerians, but just need to include me, you people.
Okay, I will respect you, Precious. I like you as one of my best presenter. So I'm not gonna do that. Okay. It's Nigeria. Let me say Nigeria, whether including me or anybody. Whether I will include Tiwa Danjuma. Tiwa is a Nigeria too.
Adam,
Yeah. But anyway, on a more realistic note, I'm glad people are protesting. Hopefully, they will come together and harmonize it and make it more electoral because right now they are being very defensive. And I'm quite optimistic that it's gonna pan out good because people after them, they can't escape this. If they do, we don't have any country anymore. But anyway, thank you, Precious. Okay, Danjuma, I'll see you tomorrow on Total Damage. Bye.
Precious. Nigeria, they make me laugh. It has become a complete embarrassment. What we are doing here is just demonstration of grace. This is not democracy now. And we have become a laughing stock. Everybody, they take Nigeria, they do anything with their life.
It's really tiring. Let me quickly see if I can speak to this person, sir. Give me a minute before this goes on. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Yes, this is me, Ovi. I'm calling from Texas.
Ovi, how far now?
You're
welcome.
How you doing, man?
I did yourself.
Okay, I greet T.Y. Danjuma and the other speaker calling from, I think he said California. So, just to add to the last two speakers when calling talk, we went the diaspora. Like one of the person talked there, my papa don't die, my mama don't die. But people they're very strong for Nigeria before some of us come out, go school for there. So I remember I think I don't go that side, but the points what I want to just make real quick. I beg this electoral act, this electronic transfer of results, something. I know sometimes that if you say make with it sometimes we have to be strategic and pragmatic. Pick one crucial fight, now step in the right direction. And if we coalesce energy, especially with one of the person talk there, say, where Peter Obi and the Akpabio obedient, where Peter Obi, where Atiku, where Meshi, where Rufai, may they put energy for that area. Just like the way Tinubu shake everywhere. 2010, 2011, occupy Nigeria 2012. May they make sure say that even if they go find other ways. Hello?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you very well. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I said even if they go still find other ways to do the ranking, but at least one part don't come out say, okay, when they do election finish for every polling unit, at least before you go out, may they snap out that device is just like your phone. May they snap out. May they upload them. Okay, some go come with some argument now say, some areas, even this America, thank God I get people, my seniors there when they did it. If you did drive, America not be everywhere network day for America. If you did drive for some rural part of America, for a network will jump from on your phone. Till you drive enter some areas again. So to me, those excuses now flimsy excuses. It should be like if I send you a message now, for where network not dey, that message go hang. As soon as I enter where network dey, that message go still upload. So that's just what I want to say. Make energy day on how to do that e-transmission. Our people just today corrupt. We just today corrupt. That is the problem. This 21st century, so this day and age, people, because of the wuru dago when they want to do, they want right results. They want right. Well, now, good evening. I not lost hope. Get hope for that country. God bless everybody there.
Thank you. But you said you're not going to behave like area. You just don't stop their choppings. If now you stop, people will bring your choppings.
No, but you see this thing, I did not want to just drag, I did try to just shoot straight with my conversation. See, make I not lie to you. The reason why they go leadership, why they go this electronic transmission, see, not be sure Maxwell talk something. I be somebody when they into business and management. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Generally, we as a people, from where they born us, where I come from, we get a problem. That one a long story. I understand. That one, correct me if I'm wrong. We have a general. I don't go to school. Most of the people that I believe, they interact with Igbo people, ask them there. They not before head or two head they get. For inside classroom, when we deal with them like this, nothing may not turn to like contest. But you see that one a separate issue. Now we get a wrong way. You see the way you try to, I don't want to take a jab at you. I baby can leave you alone. You understand? It's a problem. That's our mindset of they go throw this one call. Okay, now you just make a round up by saying these two things. See what did they happen for wait now make a just round up by saying these two things. See what did they happen for Minnesota. Don't they go almost 2-3 weeks now? They kill one Oyibo woman. People come out. All over the country, you they see pocket of protest all over the place. They go kill another Oyibo man when they work for VA. More you see say because of when people come out all over the country start to shake. You see say the government they understand. They start to down too. They reduce. But you see where we come from. If something happen to our neighbor, everybody go say lock door, enter house. That is a problem. That thing what we do to ourselves is a problem. It's a problem. We need to do. But I remember not wasted. If we get some good set of leaders for that our country, it go take time. If it not happen, it's our generation. But it's some kind of mind re-engineering. The new generation where they come, all these corrections, small, they go kick in again. But each time I think about that, our country, a blessed country, I'm not gonna lie to you, but we get that problem. I don't want, make I not wash our dirty linings in public, make I use wisdom there. So, but make I leave her like that. I greet every one of you now.
We greet you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. See why don't you make I let you wrap up or make I sit talk to somebody else?
Go ahead.
All right, so you be like say obey day back here. Hello, good evening and welcome. Which
Yeah, good evening, Precious.
yes, please. You're welcome.
Well done, yeah.
Thank you.
Uncle T, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
Hello, well, we're good.
You see what they
Precious,
take our country they do?
Precious, they try well. In fact, the mental breakdown, not be here. It's horrible and terrible. You know, I was in Akwa Ibom when Akpabio was governor, so I get first-hand information about how in Waka because I be the go government has to define accounts when I was in the bank. So in that parole, his time in governor, I came in when Atta was going out there, and he just came in. So that was when this Julius Berger came to town, that the zonal office was now in review with all the flyover thing and all the money that came in that they head up during that time and I give to him. So he became a very well-pronounced governor and he did a lot anyways. But at the level that he operated then, when I see him now, I just see what money, what, because he can no longer say the truth because of his situations with the system. He had to play this game he's playing. I'm so disappointed in him. He was a man that normally speak the truth when he was in PDP. He was this kind of guy that I probably go talk, everybody go respect because he just came up as a lawyer in Lagos. I picked him up as a commissioner. He just grew in the system like that. Before you knew it, all these go crossover to APC
And
just turn out to
that's why
become.
attached people are saying that they made him who he is. That he was,
Exactly.
but they
He
say
just
he was
this
hustling lawyer
APC.
from two ladies, and they make a within him be.
APC is a killer of destiny. I don't know why people just he had about 3 or 4 daughters. I wonder what they look or how they will look up to him as daddy now. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this because of money, because of fame, or because of position? That you think everybody is a fool. Look at what we're saying. That you are not removing, uploading that was not the point. That was not the point. That was not the point. You're talking about network pressures. What is network? I drove from New York to Texas. I drive car for 22 hours from New York to Texas. I drove it in during COVID. And believe you me, like Tony said, as you drive, as you get to a point, network goes off your system. I was playing music because I didn't want to sleep. I lowered my glasses. I was loud in music. Police will even stop me. I told him, man, I have a trip to make, man. Come on, let me go. You know. So I was just driving. Before you know, network come on. I don't feel use YouTube again. Before you know, you come back again. So even in a developed world, when internet has been for over 100 years, they still have that issue. That is not the point at all. The point is because of fraud. That's what they're doing. They know that if Obi and this guy stand or any other person stand with them, they no way Nigerians will not go. Best way win you for Lagos. Now you know go fear. Eh? He win you for Lagos, he win you for Abuja. Now it is saying and you have brought the government to this level. I think people still respect you. No. They know the truth. They want to hold Nigerian down. And I think this should be the breaker. That if we shouldn't allow them go ahead with this thing. I thank God for the protest that I saw online that they were already shouting there. That's fine. Let it continue. According to Mama, they will buy a cow, they will cook jollof rice in front of that so-called House of Assembly and let them continue like that and see how we could break them. If we don't do this, allow election to happen, allow this guy to announce the timetable that he has concocted with whoever has sent him. If you allow him go with that plan, they're going to do the same thing they did in 2003 and I mean 2023, and they were going to be in the same tragedy that we are in today. It's so annoying. Look at the what happened in Edo State when they went to destroy the ADC office. Look at the chairman coming to talk stupidly that it is they fighting between themselves. Look, yeah, and they are going to rule for life. Ah, man, I just look at them and say, man, we're gone. It's a shame on us as a people. A big shame. Why are we like this? Is it all about money, all about position, all about fame? No. What is life all about? It's just for you to have 10 houses and you just stay happy. Only you the online for street where you did. Only you get generator. Only you get to for life. So that is what life is all about. Why can't they just? And most of these guys that are doing this, they've all traveled abroad. They've all been here. I live in the same street with my former representative in Staten Island. He didn't pack away from there. He served and he came back and he's still living there. Eh? He won't want pack snow. He will come and pack snow too. What kind of life are they thinking they're living as big men as whatever they think they are? What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? I'm just tired for Nigeria. Each time I want to come back there, I want to come back home. So with all these things that Trump is doing, you just see them still making the thing far, 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 making the distance long, long for us. because you are afraid. If ordinary snake bite can kill somebody, snake bite is snake.
So one of the reasons we make I just they try to protect my mental health. Now, if you see the things and how bad the things where they happen for Nigeria, it's really very sad. Now, just to also remind you that as senators, where they do these things, now one of the highest paid senators in the world. Why Nigeria in terms of minimum wage will be one of the lowest for the world. You see the contrast. And every time I say that Nigeria are the place where you say country where you say poverty and affluence they live side by side. I mean, you can put this in context with what Alex Barber said in that video we're talking about T.Y. Danjumasa. You understand? Nigerian government no go do something if they need to gain any something inside. So this electoral e-transmission of results for the electoral act will benefit citizens. It will not benefit them. And I challenge them to pass it if I'm lying. The only way they can prove me wrong is if I'm lying. Is because they feel that it is not just like you asked. Who did ask that question? They have about 32 governors, both directly and indirectly, or even 34, directly and indirectly. Just one
so what's the fear?
They and their better views. Bauchi State Governor, maybe Osun State. Osun State see the Dobaleo because you know get you see the Dobaleo because you know get so they're not too plenty where you know get. Zamfara will see the year say you go still go, you know go APC. So they're not plenty again.
So what's the fear?
No say then their loggerheads gone. Do you understand? So Soludo is already with them. It's just that he's in APCA. Do you understand? So what
even Makinde, you can't be sure. This one will
not be Makinde was
the PDP man.
So and this is also an administration where BC gets about 85 or more senators out of the 104 senators or so. 100. So you already have the majority. What do you fear? House of Rep, now you get the majority. What exactly is your fear? In fact, let me even tell you, the APC don't already consolidate to win the election. You understand? Because with what they're doing, if you notice what they're saying now, that they're driving registration, e-registration of their members.
E-registration, I hear them. Yes.
We're
taking that busy.
But that is a tactics because those numbers now they go use tell us after elections, say now they use one. Now inside the e-registration, they just tell us say, more youths, most of their majority of people where they join them now are youths. That's a very good catch. You know why? You know why? Over 50%, in fact, 70% of Nigerian voting population are youths.
Yes.
Now youths. Between the age of 18 to 30-something years. So now youth can be, or even 40-something years, now youth can be. So that demographic is very important to them. And how best anybody would see it, give it to APC, they're intelligent. Then they're intelligent. Anybody will tell them the idea of that e-registration drive and involving youth and all that. You know, so what did they do? Why the president's son they follow the city boys movement to catch youths? Then they also get another point. They do relax. Tinubu is fixing Nigeria group for the other side. Do you understand? All they get to us catching, and they go just bring youths so as ambassadors across different parts, youths, so that they go feel sick. They go make you feel like saying that those youths now they don't have like the rest of youth. If they bring out, tell me something. If they bring out their register, tell you say for inside Lagos states, if Lagos state population are 50 million, and they tell you say 30 million youths register for Lagos state, which number I want to say on go use win the election on for inside Lagos? When 30 million na APC for Lagos, how you want them is another party go win for Lagos? And this is same thing across all the states. So it's a careful, that this is where I fault the opposition. Because they're just docile, they're not doing anything. They're just believing in God or one miracle we go made. Nothing will stop. The only thing we go stop Tinubu not winning the election. You don't win, now God. You know why? Because he's strategic. Remember what the APC is also telling the opposition, that they're busy talking on social media while they're consolidating on the grassroots. What more evidence do you need? So the point is that since they don't also consolidate for grassroots, they get all these people to make up their numbers. Then why you fear to do direct transmission?
Because then all this
So in
all
fact,
these youth,
you should even capture, if you should even seek for direct transmission. Why? So that your efforts in getting all
thank
this
you,
will be in vain.
thank you. All these youth that they are registering, they are all on TikTok. They all know what's up. They will register with you, collect your money, everything. They will vote for who they want to vote for. They know. Like you said, if they can allow the free and fair election, I believe you me. Without really register anybody wants to register, people will vote their conscience and they will lose gallantly. The same youth you're talking about, they meet in TikTok, they're all chatting with it themselves, they're all in group, whatever, whatever. They know what's up. They know the whole game that they are playing. None of them are fools again. They will only collect your money, eat it used to buy Indomie and eat, and vote whoever they vote for. They know. That is why they are not allowing this war. Nothing like that is going to work out to make it look like they have done their grassroots. Now lie, yo. Now lie. They know that the ringing, if it didn't happen, it didn't did. I'm sure.
Now
That's my opinion.
another shocking thing that the plenty money would even put in for election. I mean, just this
Correct.
streets of social media, people they trend Nigeria Collation Center versus South Africa Collation Center. I won't make it this year. Nigerian Collation Center. You see our collation center. Meanwhile, see the other people they are in South Africa. You see the statistics and numbers. It is same. So you will believe how you won't use rig this thing in two minutes. Okay,
Correct.
how do you rig this in 5 hours? Because to take you a lot.
Yes.
But our own, that paper where they go for. You just see people right, they will carry their own paper, begin count you. In Abia State.
Come and give us report.
5,000. It's sad. But meanwhile, our election they more expensive, way more expensive. Way more expensive. In fact, if we go by what we use conduct the 2023 election, it's almost about $600 million. At that time, if you go by what you conducted, am I wrong with my calculation? See what Andrew might put me through. It's almost about $600 million. So you can imagine election where they use this kind of amount of money they conduct. Then you see the sham of what would they get. See the well, my brothers, you see, now I said I was going to protect my mental health. I didn't want to talk too much.
Precious, you know, I don't want to talk about this electoral whatever because I already you can foresee what the outcome would be. But let me just say one thing. You think, say, all these people who don't position their children, they position themselves, position their children, so that head or tail, they go win. You think, say, they go put hand or anything will go make them lose or their children lose. No, lobby. 2 children. No, they amongst them. All the major political actors.
One or more of their kids they involved for politics.
Yes. No lobby. It's 2 children, none of them did. They know they see all those ones. So. The point that I'm making to you is, you see, they know waiting will go before them. They know all these shenanigans, all these things where they do, all these machinations where they do, they know very clearly that there's something they pursue them. Because an evil man runs where nobody is pursuing him. They know. Say, in spite of all these things where they do, impunity, grandstanding, corruption, all the money where they get, use police, use INEC, use all those things, it's clear to them that that's not going to bring solution. And the thing now don't even enter with foreign interest now in the matter. So there is nothing, they are in real trouble. And apart from that,
what we cannot lobby does not exist.
Wait now, your position is weak, yes, true. But you see, the implosion, I don't talk about before, the implosion will come from inside APC. And them go take their hand, they kill themselves. Because the competition for office is going to be fierce. And very soon, God forbid, we need to pray hard. You will begin here assassinations. I'm telling you, within APC, because there's a that one where we're not their game be that, if you go by history. The truth about this situation is that the government, there is no leadership. Make I just put on that way. There is no leadership. The one who is supposed to be leading is not leading. His cognitive, this thing, they fail. His health is failing. There are people who are behind him. There's a cabal, and we no one let go. Now then they decide what thing will happen. The man there just stay there. He don't kaput. He's not even interested in all these things where they happen. You can read it from his body language. The only thing where they attend, if there's party or there's this and night they go. He's not interested in all this one that they do. He's not interested. So it's very, very clear that the ship of state is adrift, is rudderless. It's clear. So now just a spark. Now I remain. Now a spark. All this what they do. If they like me, they do the electoral reform, they like they know it's not going to solve the problem. It is not going to solve the problem. So my prayer be say make Trump make it hasting. If people feel laugh, say we do make Trump make it hasting. Since we don't already give security to in hand, that's what Professor Dinkalo said. We don't give this. Trump can run Nigeria the way he like. He can do anything way they do. No, they're not fit challenger, and I beg they beg. Okay. Listen, I was looking at a video some few days ago. It was mirroring the some of the challenges we will get for the health sector. These people still on strike. Now they're still on strike. And I found out that in the whole of Nigeria, get up to 10 hospitals we get radiotherapy machine with the work.
You watch one interview with Bukola Saraki wife been get.
No, I'm not sure.
There was an interview she had, she said things like that, especially including delivery. In fact, they don't
the whole of Nigeria, can you imagine?
Running water with soap, they very few for Nigeria.
Then, if you look at oncologists, clinical oncologists, who will get? They're not, for the whole of Nigeria, they're not reach up to 70. So, and cancer has been a very, very serious and major thing for health challenge for Nigeria. So you imagine it. So somebody where they Nugu, he gets health challenge, cancer. So he go as far as to maybe Ibadan or even loot own self. I don't know, they work again. First way they sick, you go fly because you can't go by road unless they want make you die. It's no longer safe to go by road, and somebody go accompany you. So you go enter a plane, you go pay for 2. You always almost 1 million. Don't come up for that. Then the treatment itself and the medicine and the money where you go pay, Nigeria don't finish. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. So if an outsider won't help us make it come, like person in house they burn, if you do anything, your neighbor get the extinguisher. You carry extinguisher come, you say make I help you. You say no, make my house burn down. Meanwhile, you get insurance. You say make it burn down. That person not be Chris, now the worried person. So make Trump come, make you do what you want to do. What you supposed to do now? Or not be all this one way they do. Just all those people where they sponsor this, they get their list. Just pick them one by one. Give them Maduro treatment, or just take them out of circulation. By the time you do that, I think sanity will begin return. Because can you imagine these guys do anything they like? 100, 700, 200, you kill, you kidnap, nothing happens. It just be like, you can't imagine that this is Nigeria. In fact, this one not even happen for Haiti. You can't imagine. It's unbelievable to think that these things are happening in Nigeria. You just can't imagine it. With impunity. You operate for 5, 10 good hours. No sign of military. No sign of this thing.
Actually 12 hours. Actually 12 hours because they said they started around 5:30 p.m. until then called to prayer by 5:30 the morning.
Somebody go send you
as they finish at that call to prayer.
Yes.
Now then do call to prayer, invite the people to come pray. They won't say remain alive. You don't understand.
Can you imagine? Somebody go send information.
And I'm asking, to what God are they going to pray for at that time?
People where go they kill you, they call God name.
Well, see why I didn't do my bed. Make we go rest at beg Nigeria matter.
Nigeria is I know. Like I said, if I get a means of carrying everybody out from Nigeria away, make them leave that country for them. These big men and then Boko Haram and Mahmuda and Lakorawa and wolo wolo and all those, because they don't plenty now. May they leave them. And then the people will say they like them, they want to live with it. May they leave them together, make they begin like themselves. No thing go happen. Because it has become a complete embarrassment. Look at what Alex is saying. Look at what Alex is saying. And there are people who are challenging him. Are these same people? Precious, they don't that now. Make I leave you. Now early morning now, for where you did. Make I
Yes,
leave you do what you
it's almost 2 a.m. Come on, people.
now.
It's almost 2 a.m. I didn't realize it.
Now weekend now, I know say you go party, you go prepare to go boogie. So make I leave you.
Unfortunately, I'm not an outgoing person at all. Such a dog girl. I know they come out. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my God. Good
Thank
morning. Take care. Thank you so
Good
much for
morning.
what you're doing.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah. You
Thank you
too.
so much.
Bye now.
All right. Nigerians, there you are. You've got it there. That is the size of our package with us. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for being part of this. I love you guys and appreciate you, but I'll never stop telling you to protect your mental health because waiting they happen at the end. In fact, I get something else I won't tell you about. I think tomorrow I'll tell you that. But for now, good night and God bless you. If you've not liked this post, please now like them, share them now. Like it and share. Please make a beg on put your offering, like and share. And also, for those of you just joining us for the first time, ensure to subscribe to this platform. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing. Good night and God bless you. Bye.